Welcome to A-ZFloraJourney, your go-to place for all things plants. If you've ever wanted to grow breathtaking orchids at home but felt intimidated, you're in the right place. These exotic beauties might seem high management, but with the right care, they'll bloom again and again. In today's video, I'll share all the essentials: watering, lighting, repotting, and expert tips to help you keep your orchids thriving year after year. Let's dive in. Introduction to orchids, history, and fascinating facts. Orchids belong to one of the largest plant families in the world, with over 25,000 species and more than 100,000 hybrids. These flowers have fascinated people for centuries and are found on every continent. The most popular houseplant variety, the Phalaenopsis orchid or moth orchid, loved for its long-lasting blooms and easy care. Orchids, symbolizing fertility, grace, prosperity, and luxurious living, are culturally significant for representing new beginnings and enhancing spaces with their delicate beauty and vibrant energy. Unlike regular houseplants, orchids grow epiphytically, meaning they attach to trees rather than growing in soil. That's why they need special care. So let's break it down. Light and placement, the key to healthy growth. Orchids love bright, indirect light, just like they'd get under a tree canopy in the wild. Avoid direct sun exposure. It can scorch the leaves. Ideal placement: near an east or south-facing window with sheer curtains for filtered light. Watering tips. Overwatering is the one mistake orchid owners make. Unlike other plants, orchids have thick, sponge-like roots that need airflow, not soggy soil. Golden rule for watering: water once a week in warm months, every 10 to 14 days in winter. Use room temperature, non-chlorinated water. Avoid letting water collect in the crown. This leads to rot. Ideal temperature and humidity. Orchids thrive in 18 to 24 degrees Celsius and love 50 to 70% humidity. If your home is dry, don't worry. I've got a hack. Use a humidity tray or mist them lightly every few days. Ensure proper air circulation to prevent mold and pests. Best potting mix and repotting, the secret to strong roots. Orchids don't grow in regular potting soil. They need a loose, well-draining mix. Use a bark-based or sphagnum moss mix to allow airflow around the root. Repot every 1-2 years when the mix breaks down or roots overgrow the pot. Fertilizer and blooming hacks. More flowers, longer blooms. Want bigger, longer-lasting blooms? Fertilizing is key. Use a balanced orchid fertilizer every 2 weeks in spring and summer. Reduce feeding in fall and stop completely in winter when orchids rest. Here's a secret trick. Orchids bloom best when there's a slight temperature drop at night, about 10 degrees Fahrenheit, cooler than daytime. Propagation: how to grow more orchids. Orchids can be propagated by keiki, baby plants, or division. Method 1. Keiki propagation, baby orchid shoots. 1. Keikis grow naturally on flower spikes. When roots appear, carefully remove them. 2. Pot them in fresh orchid mix and mist regularly. Method 2. Division. 1. Mature orchids can be split when they outgrow their pots. 2 separate sections with at least 3 pseudobulbs and repot them. Common problems and solutions. Even healthy orchids can run into problems. Let's troubleshoot. Problem: yellowing leaves. Cause: too much light or overwatering. Solution: move to indirect light. Adjust watering. Problem: no blooms. Cause: lack of light or nutrients. Solution: increase bright, indirect light. Use a bloom booster fertilizer. Problem: wrinkled leaves. Cause: underwatering or dry air. Solution: water properly, increase humidity. Styling and orchid benefits. Orchids add elegance to any space. Living rooms, kitchens, even bathrooms. Plus, orchids are non-toxic to pets, so they're safe for your furry friends. And that's your complete orchid care guide. Just remember, bright, indirect light, proper watering, and the right mix, and you'll enjoy beautiful blooms year after year. If you loved this, hit like, subscribe,